Hey guys, 681 Shadow, welcome to our Week 2 match of the CPC. Today we are facing off against Aster J, coach of the Montreal Habsols. Definitely a very good player, probably one of the best we have this season so far. So it's definitely a very tough matchup, especially coming off of our close loss last week against Techno. But hopefully we can get this one, try to have be 1-1 this week. But to read off his team is the following: Zapdos, Megapincer, Nihilego, Dugtrio, Delmise, Gardevoir, Conkeldurr, Volcanion, Bisharp, Flygon, and Type Null. So he definitely has a pretty threatening team without a doubt, and it's definitely going to be a pretty tough match ahead of us. So to go over what I brought this match. First off, we brought the Chandelure, which is a scarf set, which has the main purpose of dealing with the Mega Pinsir, and because we definitely outspeed that unless it has agility, so so that's also very solid for dealing with that. Then we have a pretty standard Toxapex set for our second Mon. Nothing really too special on the Toxapex this week. Then we have a pretty standard Life Orb Kyurem with pretty standard moves. So nothing really too special on the Kyurem either. But then for Azelf, we have a very interesting Azelf set. It's not lead Azelf, like it's not your typical like Stealth Rock lead Azelf, but it's pretty interesting, especially offensive Azelf. And then we have the Clefable there, which is also pretty standard, except we are running rocks on it, so that Azelf can play a more offensive role. And then lastly, we have a pretty standard Mega Scizor for our last Mon, which is pretty good. so, so to begin here, let's start the battle actually. He's going to lead with the Zapdos. I'm going to lead with the Azelf. Excuse me. So I actually go for the Charge Beam here, which is why I said the set was a little more offensive, a little weirder than what I might be used to, or what a lot of people might be used to. But Azelf could definitely have a lot of potential in this match since it is faster than a lot of Mons not Scarfed. Well, actually, all of his Mons without Scarf. So he goes for the Discharge there and gets the Para, unfortunately. So then actually, I'm going to switch right here, go into the Clefable as he goes for the Discharge on the Clefable. And Clefable takes it relatively well, only taking about a third of its HP. So Zapdos goes for the U-turn as I'm going to set up the, I believe I set up the Stealth Rocks here. Right? Yeah, I set up the Stealth Rocks here because I had a feeling he would U-turn or Volt Switch out. So I'm going to switch out here, go into the Mega Scizor as he sets up his own rocks, which, I mean, that's fine. I do take a bit of damage with Shandy and Kyurem there, but I think that's alright for the time being. So I Bullet Punch here on his Zapdos switch, definitely very solid switch on him. So here, knowing because he's going to have Static, going to switch out into my Kyurem as he goes for Roost, I believe. Yeah, he goes for the Roost. And now he switches into his Gardevoir, probably knowing I feel like it was probably his best Mon. Maybe he was I think he was more of a support variant Gardevoir. Ice Beam, and it does a good amount of damage. I switch out, not trying to take any risks of that thing being faster than me, because of course it very well could be. I go into Toxapex, and I calc this thing would not be able to kill me, so he goes for a Psyshock, and I hit him with a Sludge Wave there and knock out his Gardevoir. So Toxapex has a kill, which is pretty nice now. So he's going to go into his Volcanion here, and now he's going to, I'm going to Baneful Bunker to see what he wants to do, and he goes for a Substitute, which is very solid on his part. I probably would have been nice to Sludge Wave there, see if I can get a possible poison there, but now he reveals the Earth Power, which is definitely very not so great for me, and he's gonna get some health back using Leftover. So I'm gonna switch into Azelf to sack it off here. He's gonna go for the Flamethrower. It was gonna be a sack either way, but he did predict the Azelf coming in, or really anything else coming in, so he went for the Flamethrower. And now I'm gonna bring in the Kyurem here, and this is a little bit of a misplay because I right here I forgot about about Life Orb taking off 10%, and when I calced it, I saw that Kyurem did a live from where it was before the life orb damage, Kyurem did live a flamethrower from the Volcanion. So it's a little unfortunate that I sort of forgot about how life orb takes away 10% of your HP each time you attack. So Kyurem does go down there. Now I'm in a really bad position. So he's gonna go. I'm gonna go into my Toxapex here. I really don't have too much that can deal with this thing now, so I double out into the Clefable as he goes for another substitute. And now I believe he's gonna flamethrower here. Yeah, he goes for the flamethrower. Does 40% to my Clefable. As I go for the moon, I just go for the Moonblast, and that doesn't really do anything to him. So here, this turn I'm gonna switch out, go into the Toxapex. See if he'll flamethrower again. Yes, he does flamethrower again, but he still does about 20% to me, and he gets the burn, which is a little unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter in the long run for Toxapex, because this turn right here, he's gonna go for the Earth Power, and Toxapex is just gonna die to it. So then I'm going to in this match, the next few turns here is just going to be him taking out the rest of my team with the Volcanion. So we do get 5-0'd. It's pretty unfortunate, but we were facing a very solid player, and I definitely could have played things a lot better. Possibly playing differently with that calc if I would have been able to. Because what I probably should have done is break the sub with probably sack the Chandelure to break the sub, and then go into the Kyurem and knock him out with an Earth Power, because we did have Earth Power on Kyurem. So he's gonna take out my Clefable. This is definitely GG to Aster. He's definitely a very solid player. I'll be sure to leave his channel link in the description down below. Definitely go check him out, guys. But that's gonna be the end of our season 6 week 2 video. Hopefully next week we can get our first W. We're facing off against Jake, coach of the Virginia Tech Frokies. So hopefully we'll be able to get our first win in our week 3 match. But with that, that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you all next time.